Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Mina. Welcome to my channel, Mina Reads. And today I want to tell you guys about fantasy series that I'm looking forward to getting into in 2021. But before we get into this video, I do want to say that this is being sponsored by Ana Luisa. Ana Luisa is a New York-based sustainable jewelry company. They're currently hosting their 2020 holiday sale, so you can buy one, get one for 40% off. It's the perfect treat for yourself or a gift for a loved one. So yeah, check it out if you're interested. I'm going to show you some close-ups of the pieces that I'm wearing today. I really love Ana Luisa's jewelry. The quality is amazing. I've experienced no issues in terms of like tarnishing or discoloration, anything like that. I have very sensitive skin and it's been so good to me. I've had no issues or reactions to the jewelry, and it's really made me fall in love with jewelry again. I am obsessed with these hoops that they sent me. I've worn them in a few videos so far, but Ana Luisa is just a really great company. They're very sustainably minded. They're currently offsetting about 100% of their carbon emissions, which is amazing, and they aim to do the same in the coming years. I really appreciate a company that is focused on sustainability and sourcing their materials well, and I just really love the ethics of this company. I really love the fact that Ana Luisa is able to make this incredible jewelry for fair prices, amazing quality, and they are focused on sustainability, which I think is incredibly important, and I think that is amazing. It's an amazing example for other companies to be sustainably minded when you're crafting beautiful pieces, because I don't think that we should have to compromise our ethics as consumers. And so I really love Ana Luisa for that reason, and I would highly recommend them if you're in the market for some jewelry. Be sure to check out their holiday sale if you're interested. But yeah, I'm just a huge fan of their jewelry. It's treated me so well. I am absolutely in love with them. I personally really love their like dainty jewelry, but they do have more statement pieces if that's your thing. But yeah, they're a really amazing company with really great ethics and beautiful jewelry, so I would highly recommend them. And yeah, thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Let's talk about the books. So the first fantasy series that I want to get into, The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. This book has been taking the fantasy community by storm from what I can tell, and so many fantasy lovers that I know really love this series and have lots of amazing things to say about it. And so basically my friend Erin, she has been bullying me. When I tell you bullying me every time I speak to this woman. She's trying to force me to read this. So Erin, this one is for you. I am gonna read it. I promise. It's happening. See, this is video proof evidence that I am going to read it. So in this series, our main character Tal is a soldier in a very militaristic country in which almost everyone is enlisted into the army and kind of forced to be cannon fodder in this like 200-year-long war that their country has been fighting with another nation. So our protagonist Tal, he does not want to be cannon fodder, and he would rather settle down with his wife and his children. So he has a plan to fake an injury and be able to retire early and settle down with his family. However, things don't go according to plan. Sadly, Tal's family is murdered, and so Tal is out for vengeance, and this is a quest of vengeance, and I'm really excited about this. I really like brutal fantasy. I love revenge stories. I really love reading about like super angry main characters who are very determined to reach like certain goals. So I'm really excited to read about Tal, and I hope that he's a really amazing protagonist. I've heard nothing but good things from Erin specifically, so hopefully this will be amazing and I will fall in love with Tal like she has. So the next one is The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. So this is a grimdark fantasy series, and I know that it follows a number of protagonists. I don't remember all of their names, but we follow multiple POVs. I think it's 4 POVs. One of them is a barbarian warrior who's down on his luck. There's another guy who's kind of like a government official. He seems like he's probably a little bit slimy. Then we have another who is a wizard, and the final person is Glaka, who is a torturer. So he's a torturer for this organization or this country called the Union, and basically we follow all of these point of views, and somehow they all intersect. I don't really know, to be quite honest. The synopsis is pretty vague, but I just know that this is a grimdark fantasy, very character driven, and we follow all of these protagonists, and I don't know, it seems pretty interesting. I've heard nothing but high praise for Joe Abercrombie as a writer, and he's known as like the Lord of Grimdark, the King of Grimdark, something like that. So hopefully this will be really amazing and I'll love it, and if I don't love it, I'll be sad. So our next book is Empire of Sand by Tasha Shuri. Now this book, we follow one character named Meher, I think. So Meher, she is the bastard child of this government official, and she is half Amarithi, and the Amarithi are kind of these nomadic people who are very powerful. They have some kind of magic from their descendants, and essentially our protagonist, I think her power comes to the attention of the emperor of this land that she lives in, and so there's kind of going to be some political intrigue there. I'm really excited to see what this is all about. I've heard nothing but amazing things. I've also heard that this is a really like romance driven fantasy, or there's a lot of like romantic elements or a really epic romance in this book. So I don't know, I'm excited about that. We all know that I love romance, so hopefully this will be amazing. And yeah, I'm just really excited about it. It's blurred by S.A. Chakraborty, the queen of the David trilogy, so hopefully I'll absolutely love this as well. Next book we have is The Fifth Season. I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't have a clue what The Fifth Season is about. I have looked at this synopsis so many times and I feel like my brain is just not processing anything that the book is about, and I feel like I just need to read it to understand fully what the concept is. But from what I do know, I'm pretty sure this is some kind of dystopia, essentially like a post-apocalyptic fantasy, and there's like the world is plagued by all of these natural disasters, and the fifth season is the time when all of these natural disasters occur. And then I'm pretty sure that these group of people called like the Origins, they have some kind of earth powers. I think their powers have something to do with like the tectonic plates and stuff. Like, I don't really understand it, but I know that there's a protagonist named Esun, and I believe her family was murdered or something, and she's looking for her son. It sounds like the magic system in this is probably going to be really epic. I know that this deals with some themes of like oppression and like colonization maybe, and I don't know, it just sounds interesting. But like I said, I still have absolutely no idea what the general plot is, and I've tried to understand it, but for whatever reason my brain just cannot process the synopsis. So I try my best here. Everybody loves this book. It's won the Hugo Award. It should be amazing, and I really need to read it, but I still kind of don't know what it's about. Even though I've tried my very best to know what it's about, I still don't know. I'm still a little bit confused on it, but I'm gonna read it either way, and hopefully afterwards I'll know what the fuck it's about.
Let me ask you a very fair question. What do you do successfully? Quickly.
So the next book is Wild Seed by Octavia Butler, and this book is the first book in the Patternist series, and basically this is about these two immortal entities. The one entity, his name is Doro, and he kind of inhabits human hosts, and when he leaves a host, the human dies. So he really cares not all for human life. He's like an entity of destruction essentially, and I know that he's and he also like breeds supernatural humans to cultivate some kind of like evil army, it sounds like. Okay, so then we have the other entity, Anyanwu, and she is kind of the antithesis of that. She is a healing entity. She has powers of regeneration, and she uses her power to heal her neighbors and like cultivate her environment and things like that. And so this is basically about these two immortal entities clashing and like chasing one another over continents and centuries, and how their interactions essentially change the destiny of humanity as a race. And I don't know, I'm very excited about it. It sounds really cool. I can't believe that nobody ever talks about this series. It really doesn't make sense because this book sounds incredible, but I feel like I never hear people in like the fantasy booktube community talking about it that much. It is a bit of an older series, so maybe that's why, but like, I don't know, it sounds really cool. So if you've read this, please let me know your thoughts on it. But yeah, I'm hoping to read it pretty soon, and I'm excited about it. It sounds amazing. So the last book that I want to tell you guys about is The Perfect Assassin by K.A. Dorr, and this is, I do know that this is a queer fantasy. I'm pretty sure our protagonist is a queer man, which is really exciting. So basically this book is about this guy named Amastan. He's basically a part of this family of assassins, and when the story starts out, he is trying to finish up his assassin training, and he's doing some kind of like assassin test or whatever. So he's trying to finish up his assassin training, and basically he unexpectedly finds the body of like an important government figure, and it basically leads him to this whole like government conspiracy where a bunch of people are dying, and he has to figure out who's doing it and why it's happening and something like that. It sounds interesting, and mostly I got this because it was blurbed by S.A. Chakraborty, and she recommended it on Twitter one time like a million years ago, so I decided to pick it up, and I think that in 2021 is when I'm going to finally get around to reading it. So yeah, these are the fantasy books that I'm hoping to get into in 2021. I was terrible at describing them because I don't know know how other people do TBRs. Like, how do you talk about books that you haven't read yet? Even if you read the synopsis, like, I feel like even knowing the synopsis is not enough to make me be able to talk about it on camera. So people who do TBRs religiously, you're icons, you're legends, and I wish I had your power. So anyways, yeah, those are the fantasy series that I'm hoping to get into within the next few months as 2021 starts. And yeah, if you guys have any fantasy recommendations for me, please leave those in the comments below. If you've read any of these, tell me your thoughts on them. And yeah, thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Please check them out in the link in my description below if you'd be interested in getting some of their beautiful pieces. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye, you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And a special thank you to all of my wonderful patrons.